SGC here, and we're back for comics time. Let's get it on. First up, we got Rick and Morty number 4. Holy crap, it's finally tied me over because season 2 has finally started. It just started yesterday. Holy crap. And I just realized watching that and then reading this was just like, this team has done a really great job in keeping the vibe of the TV show in comic form. Sure, there's no audio, whatever, the belching sort of gone, but the whole craziness and just the characters are just really there, and it's just like, you know, TV show, comic adaptation did very well here. And this time around, the story was kind of like, whoa, what's happening? Bug action, everything, dimensions, everything. Like, it's the whole Rick and Morty deal. I mean, if you aren't gonna read this issue format, totally check it out when it's coming out in trade, because I swear when season 2 ends, I gotta read this stuff to like hold me over for season 3. Or better yet, maybe I'll stop reading like whatever issue is coming out and save them so that I can read it like in a weekly sort of thing when season 2 ends. But anyway, this is a good issue. Can't wait for more. Weirdworld number 2. It got weird here. Really great stuff. The great art by Mundo. And storyline, it's like simple but strange and just a lot of factions happening, and it's just crazy. Weird, totally capture this issue. I really love the art, really love the story, cannot wait for the next one. Next up, Birthright number 9. Holy, this was a great issue with the whole flashback with the otherworld stuff and getting to know Mikey a little bit more in the world that he came from. And then also in this crazy fight with these monster beings and the whole soul stuff, and it's just like, who's bad and who's really good, and then Brennan stepping up to the plate. It's just a lot of character progression in terms of plot and just like realizations. Now he's gonna show everyone he's gonna protect his little brother, despite the fact that his little brother's super huge and menacing. But anyway, good issue, can't wait for the next one. Fight Club 2, issue 3. Holy crap, this issue was confusing to read. I had to read it a few times, and I'm still not set on what's really happening, and I think they did it well here. It's just like, is this real or fake? What's happening? We're jumping back and forth in terms of narratives, and it's just like really confusing. But it totally encapsulates the whole like feeling of the movie, where it's just like jumping back and forth, like what's happening. And I appreciate that. Gonna read this again. Hopefully it'll connect better, because I swear it feels like I was this book just dropped in my lap, and I didn't really know what was happening beforehand. I sort of know, but not really. But what have you, I can't wait for the next issue. Effigy number 7. Yes, I know last time I talked about this, I was like, I'm done with it. Well, this is the last issue. This is actually a prequel of the story. And this is actually a pretty good read in terms of just the characters and the progression of plot. I really enjoyed the whole like back and forth, the whole time thing, as in they were growing old and then you understand where they were coming from. It was like a pretty good issue. And I would say it's a pretty good closure on the whole series itself. Definitely I would want to reread this and then reread the entire series once again. But not enough time. But it was a good issue, and they changed the artist on this time. It's the team that did Revival, so it's a change of pace. But anyway, Effigy, thank you for the 7 issues. All new Hawkeye number 4. This time around it's a whole flashback scene with like the actual storyline of the present day on the bottom running its course, with Kate and Clint dealing with those alien children, abnormal, being hunted now. And then a whole flashback scene with Clint and his brother at the carnival and just getting their ropes down and just like figuring out how to work in this real world. Pretty interesting read. The art, I don't really know how I feel about the art, because I mean, the flashback scenes are done in a way where it's just really, I don't know. When I look at it, it looks nice, but it's too jarring of a difference between the present and the flashbacks that it's just like, I'm not really digging it, because I feel like what they're trying to pull off in the present scenes is trying to capture that Aja vibe, but it's not really there. It feels something's missing, I feel. But anyway, I enjoyed where it went with this issue. It was a very narratively interesting sort of way of telling the stories of flashback and present, so that's good, I guess. I don't know. I don't really know if I'm going to stick around for all new Hawkeye, but maybe in one more issues or a few, or at least the end of this arc. I don't know. Like I said, money is not everywhere, so I gotta watch what I buy. Next up, Old Man Logan number 3. So with this story development, it really clarifies this whole battle world thing, as in Old Man Logan, we know Old Man Logan from what we read Old Man Logan from Mark Millar. but now it seems like the world that he's thrown into isn't even his world. So it's kind of interesting that they have this play, as in like the Tony Stark of the Battle World doesn't even know Old Man Logan because he's from that realm. So it's kind of cool that they tied it all in and brought him back. But I do wonder where they're going to go ahead of, like when Battle World is finished and all. But all in all, it was a pretty interesting issue in terms of him fighting Thors and this apocalypse. And just like figuring out how he fits in this whole new world. Technopolis, it was kind of interesting and cool at the same time. And it seems like I wouldn't mind reading a whole book about that. But I don't know about buying it for sure. But Old Man Logan was a good read. Can't wait for the next issue. Next up, Gotham by Midnight number 7. This time around, we're talking about the logistics about the department once again. Things are coming up. Like, we have to figure out how this, like, department's gonna be run and who's after them, who's trying to shut them down. And then on the side, we have this, like, weird plant life thingy, and then Spectre shows up again. Pretty decent issue. Can't wait to see where it goes, because it's really interesting to see a department who does a lot of things, but there's no records, and then the whole politics of the department, just like of the police department. We're like, what are you guys doing? Do we need you to be around? So it just seemed like they're on like the, you know, I don't know the term, but they're gonna be cut out or something. But they need to be around to take care of these all paranormal, supernatural sort of things. So anyway, it was a good issue. Art was great. Story was fine. Characters developing. Good stuff. Can't wait for the next one. Infinite Loop number 4. Holy smokes, this issue has a lot of Teddy in it. Like, a lot. The timelines are coming together as she's forcing her case to see the higher ups. It's just like a lot of mind-boggling stuff. A lot of like confusing timelines. It's like you gotta read it more than once to see what's really happening here. And I appreciate that because it's just like, whoa, that was interesting. Like, interesting concept as all these timelines converge and Havoc is wrecked. And I do wonder where it's gonna go now. Because, like, it seems like it's... How is it going to close? Like, this issue was pretty epic. And for it to, like, end to find where the Ano is, it's just like... Like, how are they going to top this issue? Because it was just epic. But anyway, look forward to the next one. Because let's see where they're going to go with this whole storyline in terms of hunting her down once again, finally, and sort of stuff. Hellbreak number 5. Okay, things are crazy now. People are dying, and I feel like I don't know these characters well, but I'm like, damn, he's dead. And just this whole, like, what is it? Ferryman stuff, and just like the death scenes, the gore here is just crazy, and really great stuff. I mean, progression of the story, now they're finally out, but did they really save the guy? Who knows? Next issue for sure. Definitely looking forward to this. Really having a lot of fun. This whole hell stuff. And this, like, conspiracy about who's really the good guy and who's the bad guy. Really good stuff. Can't wait for the next one. And there you go. That's it for this week's comics. I hope you like what you bought because it's your money well spent. Anyway, that is all. See you next week. Out!